Good night. Next news. Trump has total meltdown after MSNBC exposes tariffs disaster. The New Republic. Here's the MSNBC segment that caused Trump to lose it. Below are your comments. The planes purchased by the International Consolidated Airlines Group has been in the works for years as part of their fleet renovations. Boeing and Airbus are both going to produce new planes for IAG. British Airways and Iberia are subsidiaries of IAG and will replenish their international fleets. See more. Like COVID, tariffs will give every business an excuse to raise prices, whether caused by a tariff or not. Inflation will soar and consumers will suffer. Even before his first term as president, which began in 2017, Trump thought strongly that tariffs would bring money into a country. Tariffs had not been an issue in the U.S. in over 60 years, and many Americans scarcely knew what they were. Trump at first sold them to his base, but not to corporations. How are we going to make a fortune on tariffs? The government maybe, but the American consumer is going to pay it all the way. Trump's tariffs are a tax on the poor and working class, which is now becoming synonymous. He's taking the tax burden off people like Elon, who need money to pay the mothers of his limitless offspring. He wants to cut out the poor from school lunch programs while offering $15 million to selected women to produce his children. He also has a space program and now is building his own city in Texas. While Trump is raising our taxes with a tariff. Totally unacceptable. This is how Trump and MAGA in general respond to factual, legitimate criticism and debate, the ad hominem fallacy. An ad hominem fallacy involves attacking the person or character of someone making an argument rather than addressing the actual argument itself. It's a type of logical fallacy where the focus shifts away from the issue at hand and onto irrelevant personal details. Any college freshman that took a Philosophy 101 class would know this. Apparently, Trump embraces fallacies because he knows MAGA will fall for them. They always do. What he should have said is, we are going to pay a fortune due to tariffs. Amazing how he still denies it's the end buyer that pays them. No wonder his businesses go bankrupt, but since he was losing other people's money, it was all okay. What does he mean? British Airways just ordered $10 billion worth of new Boeing planes. 00. We're going to make a fortune with tariffs? BA isn't paying us tariffs on those planes. 00. Isn't it ironic that during Trump's first term, he proudly signed a trade agreement with Canada and declared it the best deal ever? A historic win for American workers and businesses? He touted it as a major achievement, a testament to his deal-making bleep. But now, in a complete reversal, he has placed new tariffs on Canadian goods and claiming that foolish trade deals were made with Canada. So which is it? Was it a triumph or a disaster? You can't have it both ways. This kind of whiplash isn't leadership, it's political theater. Trump's tariff meltdown says it all. When called out with facts, he lashes out with insults. Stephanie Ruhle exposed the truth. Tariffs are choking small businesses. Ports are slowing, supply chains cracking. The UK deal was most TLY theater. Trump is already walking back China tariffs. The tariff emperor has no clothes, and the shelves may soon show it. Our country was founded, in part, in response to unreasonable tariffs. We don't have a king for a good number of reasons, but we do have two governing bodies that appear to be doing little to keep the third in check. How about some substantive judicial and congressional action to prevent this president from continuing to overreach his authority, destroy our coveted standing in the world order, and dismantle our Democracy. Something. Anything. This Trump tariff stuff would be funny if it wasn't going to cause so much pain. This is what America voted for. The saying you reap what you sow applies here. Trump constantly demeans people for their intelligence, when he is far from the sharpest tool in the shed. In fact, he has threatened to sue every single school he has gone to if they release any information on his grads. While some, including Trump, like to say he finished at the top of his class at Wharton Business SCH. Ooh, that is impossible. Because he never made the top 50 students who made the dean's list. Hard to be at the top of your class when you were never even in the top 50. The art of the deal sounds more like the art of the squeal. Trump's advisors and cabinet includes 11 billionaires, insurrectionists, and the authors of Project 2025. Trump is clearly in an altered cognitive state, and these retributes are actually the ones dictating policies. These are the people telling Americans to live with the pain of these harmful policies that will end with inflation, supply chain issues, economic contraction, and the destruction of U.S. businesses. Will be no winners in these trade wars. While Trump's 25% tariff increases the price of vehicles that most Americans buy, Trump billionaire P.A.L.S. pay a pitifully small 10% tariff on luxury British import automobiles. Donald still looking out for his billionaire donors and buddies. I'll tell you what I think. I think Stephanie Ruhle has 10 times the intelligence of Donald Trump. Everyone, including all the top-ranked economists, knows that tariffs will raise prices and destroy the U.S. economy. Everyone except Donald Trump, Peter Navarro, and Stephen Miller, that is, who are so afraid to tell the truth about everything going on. Trump has done what no other president could ever dream of accomplishing. In each of his 2 terms, he inherited good economies, and in each of his 2 terms he then proceeded to trash them, the second one in record time, and done intentionally. Trump has so many failures in his past, it's amazing he can still pretend he is some world-class business genius. The tariffs are not working, and Trump is destroying our economy. But his ego won't let him admit he was dead wrong. Trump's tariffs aren't the only thing I'd like to see eliminated. DT is the worst negotiator ever. Yes, we have a trade deal in process with the UK that raises tariffs to 10%. The UK is in deep trouble after leaving the EU, and the US has a trade surplus with them, so what is the purpose of doing a deal? To make the trade surplus smaller? As far as the airplane order goes, it is good news, but would have happened anyway since they have BN working on A. She is right, and Trump knows it. Too late now. The damage is already done, but Trump will never take responsibility. Trump, just declare victory, stop the tariffs, let the market fire up, and then, like a reasonable person, start sanely renegotiating. Deal? Ha ha ha. What a joke, a shiny object, not even a real trade deal, just a lame announcement, and the UK, nobody is interested in them. Meanwhile, the entire EU is preparing $150 billion in retaliatory tariffs against America. Largest tax increase on American consumers in U.S. history. No way to spin that, Donnie. Looking at our country through the money window isn't the path to take to make our country better. Trump simply could have actually visited cities, towns across our country and helped them. But his travel time is spent landing in Florida and back to D.C. Does he know of any cities or towns in America that could actually use some help? No. Just fire this group and that group and save more dollar. Nothing good about people is even mentioned. How does one know when Trump's critics are right on? Because Trump reacts with a vicious tirade of insults designed to denigrate and discredit the critic. All the ugly things Trump says about someone are really his own thoughts about himself. He can spin all he wants and say we are making billions a day. By we he means U.S. Treasury from the S.K.Y. high consumption tax Americans are paying from the biggest tax hike in U.S. history. 00. Eventually, people are gonna realize that $15 Barbie now costs $40. Only 3.5 years until we elect an adult who understands basic economics. Please subscribe to my channel. And if you like it, please thumbs up.